And then there's the assumption that they're all dumb and do not think critically about their choices. We're quick to believe Kenyans don't think deeply.
Ndo kwa sababu wamekubali kuleta huyu mdu ndazimu huku kwetu, akishika atatutua tutavaa suruali.
What? The hustler message really did get to people. Mama Mboga, border guys, like he did try to get to those people. That's one. The other one was the laptops in Uhuru's campaign.
Bandio, let's go back to that clip from Kenya so that we get some realities about how Kenyans are seeing us in the diaspora. Tuendelee kutoka pale will stop.
I'm removed from, these issues that Kenyans in poverty, which is the majority, experience. And because of that, it's easy to assume that Kenyans vote based on things like tribal lines, as well must know, gathering the Kikuyu vote, quote unquote, the Luo vote, quote unquote. They vote based on promises of unga na mafuta, or they vote based on how much money which politician gave them during that specific campaign period, right? So, and it's easy to assume these things and to assume it's because you're dumb and you're not thinking critically about the politics going on in your area. Like, you're not thinking critically. But I genuinely don't think it's that shallow. It's easy to think, why do you let yourself be lied to over and over again? You're not learning. Kwani you can't reason, But for me, myself, I think it's much deeper than that. We're quick to believe that Kenyans don't think deeply about these things, but...
Okay. Asante sana Bandio. So a couple of things came up here, like very profound. This is, like a Kenyan journalist, like talking about perspective of diasporans. Of course, from the previous clip, she said that the middle class could be as removed as people in the diaspora, which was so profound. And then she also said it's easy to assume Kenyans vote on tribal lines, but rather they vote based on unga na mafuta or how much politicians give them. And then there's the assumption that they're all dumb and do not think critically about their choices. We're quick to believe Kenyans don't think deeply. Oniapa about tribal voting, I think there was some disagreement here in the group, like about it, especially from you, Omosh. So this, she's saying it's easy to assume Kenyans vote on tribal lines, but according to her, that's not the case. They vote based on unga na mafuta and how much it is. So, Omosh Fire, what are your thoughts about that?
And in listening to Ruth, I've had to kind of take a step back and try to dissect what my thoughts, or should I say what I think of. And I think I'd say I'm at a very big disadvantage because I'm the one who's been here. I've been here longest.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
very long.
Kama kuna removal factor, Umosh is it.
Yes.
But I also go ahead, Mikasa.
No, Maliza.
I also go back home quite a bit. Now, the part of when you are asking the question about people who go home and how they connect, and somebody going home twice, 3 times, blah blah, once every whatever. At the time when you're home, are you home when there's politics or politricks, or are you home when it's vacation? Mm-hmm. That actually matters in terms of how you get, I guess, integrated into the system and to understand what's really happening on the ground politically. I think the last time that I was home when there was politics going on was when was it, when those Men in Black came out?
Oh, Men in Black. That was before the last election. That was before 2022 election.
This was.
Can you please explain Men in Black? People don't get it.
So Men in Black are goons who are dressed in suits. Oh. They're usually deployed to disrupt events like, like nominations. Like if things are not going your way, if things are not going your way, you have them deployed.
And then all the ballots are destroyed, and that whole thing is.
Yes.
That whole exercise is a wash.
Yes, and
they have
I'm
to-
a bit I'm a bit familiar with the operation.
and they have to reset the clock.
by observation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ali was a pain.
Last
dude.
but
yeah. So Mosh.
So for me, when it comes down to the tribal line, I go by the politics that I saw, and or should I say was ingrained or part of my pre-coming to America, and then adding in what has transpired since, based upon the lines that we have seen being formed in terms of folks from this area vote a certain way or vote behind a certain leader or vote a certain party. So either, and now the way things are happening, because at some point it was, okay, it's a tribal line, then there's a guy who's the so-called leader who is going to be on the tribal side, and then you go the party. So we had 3-piece, then I think we went to, I think from 3-piece, I think
To
we went
6-piece, yeah.
Right? Which went all the way down to MCA.
To MCA,
right?
yeah.
And then, and they're like, okay, so vote for the party and vote all the candidates of the party all the way down to MCA, basically the 6-piece. And so when I look at the tribe factor, for me, I still say that the tribe factor is there and it plays quite a bit of a role. However, it seems like personalities or people, aka maybe it's that guy who's giving you that 100 a day for the next 6 months, or it's the MCA on the ground who always looks out for you and knows which programs to wake your child in so that you don't pay fees, or you get some sort of need. Those are the personalities who then are pushing the local I would say the local politicians, or the folks who are getting the local ones. But at the presidential level, it seems, and that's me looking on from the outside, it seems like tribe is still truly a big, huge factor, because the presidential candidates line themselves up against those tribal cocoons. Basically, they're like, okay, if I want votes, then I need to line myself up with people from this region, with people from this region, with people from this region, or somebody who's a so-called kingpin from that region, so I can garner votes. And this is at the presidential. May not necessarily be the same at the MP level, or at I guess the governor level, or because governor is basically it's local politics. But again, it's the guy who's giving me the sweetest story and is feeding me is the one who I get to vote for, unless he's a guy who I'm just taking chums from, but then I have a guy.
So I agree with you to a good extent. There is a tribal factor in presidential elections, but let's not go Sindambali. Let's start with Ruto Uhuru. There are two programs, both ran on different elections, definitely. So Ruto runs as a hustler and tells, like, trust me, I'm a hustler like you, right? Now, as much as you might go and form coalitions that are tribal to bring him the votes, right? Like trying to get, say, the Kikuyu vote or whatever, or the Nandi vote or the Luo vote or whatever it is, right? He might do that, but there is still a message that he's trying to talk to that Kenyan that may resonate with him, right? Like the hustler message really did get to people. Mama Mboga, boda guys, like he did try to get to those people. That's one. The other one was the laptops in Uhuru's campaign. There are Kenyans who literally believe their kids are going to be, computer experts because the laptops are coming right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a combination of both. There are people who believe the message they're being given, and at the same time, the coalition that come around that are formed on tribal lines as well.
Now, Mika,
I lose my thought. You know what? This sounds so good, right? It sounds so good when you're giving a presentation. But then let's go to the reality, right? Mtoto wetu Uhuru amerogwa. Ndio kwa sababu amekubali kuleta huyu mtu ndazimu huku kwetu, akishika atatutoa tutavaa suruali.
What?
Tutolewa longi. Those are the messages.
Those are the messages that were being given. Those are the narratives
during campaign. Those are the narratives
during
that are being
campaigns.
pushed.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Wait, what? Sorry, repeat that and explain it. See
so
how
you-
removed
you're
I am.
also removed.
I told
Yes.
you I'm super removed.
So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
This was before she went home.
Yeah.
This was
That's
before.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's let's be realistic, right? People eat during campaign season,
Yes.
and people eat during campaign season. And in Kenya, the most held accountable politician inakwanga ni MCA, ule wenye wanaonanga kila siku. Huyo ndo jamaa usumbuliwa na huyo ndo jamaa lazima, like MCA lazima afanyange kitu, lazima atengeneze barabara, like lazima uko lazima. That is why MCAs are so hard on governors, right? After MCA ni governor,
MP.
after
That is
MCA ni
national.
MP.
Yeah.
MP atasumbuliwa, ndo mwingine anasumbuliwa, lazima kuwa anakuja kila weekend kuacha kwa Karuabe. Alafu after you ni governor, then the least politician that's held responsible is the president, because ameshelteriwa na hao wengine wote.
Yeah.
Hao wengine wote they're usually ile MP enda kutafuta kura kwao.
But on hii issue ya
Very few ngoja
Yeah.
kwanza alinimalize. Very few MPs will go to a metropolitan area and fight for elections. Very few have that courage, right? But even the ones that have that courage, you'll usually see they will lean in areas where they know their tribesmen wamejaa.
Okay.
Mtu kama Gumo anaenda West kwa sababu anajua Luyo ameshikilia Kangemi na hiyo area yote wamejaza huko, right? Raila vile alikuwa ameshikilia side ya Kibich na hii side ya huku juu. Ukiangalia kina Mwenje, kina Karuru wameshikia Kasarani ya Embakasi because iko next to Kikuyu. Like basically ukiangalia Nairobi wangemedivided into four major tribal nini, Wakamba, Wajaluo, Waluya na Wakikuyu. 4 major tribal blocks. Ukiangalia na constituencies za Nairobi vile ziko. Hizo zoko pia zimedivided na tribes. But when it comes to national politics, every presidential candidate goes to woo a certain tribal block.
Okay.